stories that affect us as human beings. So if you are new on my page, my name is Penelope the African Princess. I'm an advocate for the girl child. I feel the girl child is the most vulnerable human beings. I compare the girl child even to animals that God created, and I look at the girl child sometime and say, oh my gosh, this human being is the most vulnerable. Let's look at the elephants, guys. Let's look at the lions. The female lion goes out to hunt, while the male lion will be seated. The female lion is the most strongest animal in the world, whereas the girl child is the most vulnerable. The human girl child is the most vulnerable. So, N is a Nigerian actress. She's been married to TuFace. Anne got married when she was young, very young, at a very young stage. I think in her late teens, she met up with TuFace. She's coming from a rich family. Her family was better off than the family quite TuFace. They married. They started their career together. She's an innocent girl child. Probably she's never even seen or been with any other man except the husband TuFace. She's been with this guy over the years. Murume achi hura, guys. Murume achita all kinds of things. He's had girlfriends. The guy who has been living a life. These are things that we want to learn as the girl child. You meet your man and you tell yourself, I'm young. Number one, why we discourage the girl child to marry when you are very young. You will marry when you are young. Just like Anne did. This is a case study we are doing. Anne married this guy. They were both young. But what happens when human beings marry each other and the girl child is young? You as the girl child end up surrendering your life. You surrender any dreams that you ever had in your whole life. You will surrender them because you've gotten married. That is problem number one we have with the girl child. Educate your children. Educate yourselves as well to say marriage should be the icing on the cake, not the cake. Anne went and married this guy when they were young, very young, innocent. The man is the husband. He started his singing career. And even used to contribute money, giving him money to say, okay, Papa, you're going to do this. Let's see how we can do it. Probably the family and his family were bringing in, because she was coming from a richer family. They are saying, okay, our daughter have met this handsome guy. Let's see how best we can help these two innocent kids so that they will grow up together. Anne stopped doing a career as an actress. She completely forgot about herself. Women, second problem that we do, the minute we become married, we forget ourselves in the process. Most of us, we don't even know who we are. If you were to ask yourself what is your favorite meal, you wouldn't even know what you like eating. What's your favorite drink? You don't even know. We surrender our life. We forget about ourselves. We start living a life of my husband. My husband this, my husband that, my husband said this, my husband did not do this. Oh, my husband. It is a problem when you surrender your life as a human being. Even when you are married, get to know yourself. Men don't surrender themselves in the relationships, guys. A man will marry you. A man will even give you 10 children. Even after he gives you his children, he will still go out in the world and say, my name is TuFace. He will still go and make the business deals. He will still grow his career. Right now, he is in a position where he's a celebrity. They are millionaires. He's a millionaire guy. He's got this innocent lady that he met young with dreams. But the lady has got no more dreams. Even when they are talking, they don't have stories to discuss. The other one is becoming a business person. You, the only thing that you are doing is talking about your children. That's another problem we do as ladies. You have to move with the times. You have to revoke. You have to grow. Growing is not just about you becoming a mother and giving children and children and children. Growing is about you evoking, bringing out the best of yourself. Because when you get married, your husband also is looking forward to see that best version of yourself. Not the wife that is going to come and nag and nag. I'm not saying they were nagging each other. But I'm just giving an example to say, in every marriage, with time, you meet, you've got dreams. The other person will continue with their dreams. The other person, they will completely close their dreams. And normally, it's the girl child that completely shuts off their life completely. They went on, they had children. When you marry and you think you have children, your husband is going to stay for your children. Men don't stay for children. They have their children. Unfortunately, in this case, the husband even had 5. The husband had 5 other children outside their marriage. He went on and he impregnated 5 other women while they were married. When I come back and say, never forgive a man that comes and says, I am sorry, you forgive him. Tomorrow he comes again and he says, I am sorry, you forgive him. You are giving him the visa to say, Papa, you can do what you want. The minute you make it a habit to forgive people, it becomes a habit to them to hate your feelings all the time. So as a girl child, you need to understand. You need to have boundaries. You need to have self-value to say, no one can do such things to me. How do you explain the importance of your family unit when you have 3 kids inside your family, in your marriage, and your husband has got 5 other children outside your marriage? Do you think he's going to lose his sleep and come back home to say, my wife, I can't cheat on my wife, I can't leave my wife because I have 3 children with my wife? He will still go because there are other 5 children out there. When a man starts cheating on a lady, guys, it's something that as ladies, we need to be principled. I know a lot of us as African people, including Nigerians and Zimbabweans, Zambians, South Africans won't do it. But I know my Zambian family members will do it. My Zimbabwean family members will do it. Nigerians will also do it. When you marry, even when you see your young sisters, your aunties having problems in their marriage, we have a tendency of encouraging each other to say, stay in the marriage, stay in the marriage. What is happening? While you are encouraging your girl child to stay in the marriage, they will become miserable. They will become stressed. In the end, what happens? They'll even end up taking drugs. They'll even end up taking drugs in the name of stay in the home. Do you know when you say stay in the marriage to someone that's got money, when they are stressed, the next thing that they do is they'll go and take drugs. There is substance abuse in this relationship. Rumors are saying TuFace introduced the substance abuse in the family. When he feels, I no more don't want to do those things, the wife keeps getting stressed. She goes and buys. I could tell, you know what, guys, I'm not being unreasonable or anything, but bear with me. All the time I've seen in on rich, famous, rich African, rich and famous. I've always picked that N is a lady that is stressed, mentally abused, and watching a character on that show speaks volumes, especially if you're going to read between the lines. If you look closely on all the episodes in young African, young famous, and whatever that movie, the series that they are doing, you can tell that this lady is coming from a home, even if they are talking about we have money, but there's no happiness. When people talk about the rich also cry, Anne has cried the most in a life, in a marriage. The unfortunate thing is she forgot about herself in the process. Now, for her to even go back to her acting career, she's a grown-up woman. They are young kids in the field. She will have stiff competition. If you don't develop yourself career-wise, your man will go and get a lady who is more advanced than you. I am telling you the truth, girl child. From the actor, Anne was an actor. She's an actress. We don't even know. I don't remember seeing an end of the Nigerian movies. I've never seen an end of the Nigerian movies. I have heard songs that this guy has sang. The husband has sang. From an actress, he's going to a politician. He has moved up the ladder. He is telling himself, now I am getting rich. I am rich. The next thing I want to do politics. If I start doing politics, is this wife of mine who only talks about children, is she going to be able to come on the table and have a constructive discussion with me? Those are questions that men ask when you decide to become a full-time housewife. It's okay to have children, but think twice before you become a full-time housewife. Think twice before you surrender your career for your husband. Because they will leave. Hey, guys, men will leave. Even if you cry and say, I forgave you. You went and impregnated 5 women, I forgave you. You have the forgiving heart. He doesn't have the forgiving heart. If you want to see that a man does not have a forgiving heart, do the same shit that the men do. Go out and have a relationship and come back and say to your husband, I am sorry. And see if he will forgive you. He won't forgive you. He will end the marriage. He will end the marriage. The things that we as ladies forgive our husbands, if we were to do the same things to them, they would go 12 feet down without forgiving us. It's unfortunately that this marriage is coming to an end. The husband is fed up now. And when a man is fed up, there is no forgiveness. That's one thing that I know in relationships. You can still say, okay, me, I won't dump my husband. I won't leave him. I will forgive him. I will stay. The only reason we are staying is because that man you're calling your husband still cares about you and he still wants you to be at the house. Then he stays. But the minute the man is fed up and he says, I am tired, and he finds a fault on you, he will leave without remorse. Men don't forgive. Men won't forgive. They'll even build up a case to say, oh, she did A, B, C, D. Hey, I was also being A, B, C, D. They'll even dig your dirty linen to convince people why they left. They will leave. This is why you see a man who have 8 children and not be bothered what the children are eating. They move on. So if you are a woman and thinking you giving babies to a man is going to keep him in the house, think twice. I'm telling you guys, think twice. Think twice about the people that you are staying with. Focus on your career as a girl child. Your plan 1 should be my career. Plan B, your children. Plan 3 should be your husbands. Your husband should always be a plan 3. Your children, plan number 2. Plan 1 is yourself and your career. You should never ever forget yourself. In your life, you should never forget yourself. You should never prioritize anyone in your life than yourself. Life is about you. You are the person that's going to tell yourself, I have a life to build. These are things that I need to acquire in my life. If it happens that my husband dies or he divorces me, I will still carry on with my life. But 3/4 of us as girls, we can hardly do that. It's unfortunate we cannot do that. We become very vulnerable. We start relying so much on the men. It's unbelievable. It's a crazy world we live in. People have become so casual about relationships. Even marriage, people have become casual. This is why you see a lot of people in the world who opt and say, I'd rather be alone than settling in a marriage that is going to end. It's unfortunately Nigerian is mourning. A lot of Nigerians are all saying TuFace has done wrong. N has always stood up for her. But who are stopping N? I'm going to ask all the girl child that are saying to TuFace, hey, you can't do this to N. N was there when you were poor. So what? You were there when we were poor. We worked together. Why are you now remaining behind? Is it a crime to become rich? When we are becoming rich, tap in the anointing and become rich as well. Don't remain behind and say, okay, my husband is becoming rich. Your husband is the one that is doing all the deals, bringing in the money, and you are just sitting at home and spending the money. You will find someone to spend that money with. That's what men do. The minute we realize that the person that is working, guys, determines the pace of the relationship. You can be the girl child and you are working. You are going to determine the pace of your relationship. If you are the men will determine the steps, the pace of the relationship. They can even wake up and say, I am just tired of loving this lady. I want to go and taste something else. And they will leave. Girl child, from all the drama we are seeing in the world, thanks to social media, we can learn a lot. We are seeing examples of people living their lives. Women getting so heartbroken, beautiful ladies, all crazy things happen in relationships. And one thing I've learned as a girl child is to depend on myself, to love myself first, have the ability to have self-love, to say, I'm going to love myself first, and whoever comes, let them come after me. I can never put anyone in front of me and say I love them. Never, 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 never. Not in 2025. I can never do that. There is a thin line between love and stupidity. There is a the thinnest line is between love and stupidity, especially when it comes to the girl child. When you are saying you love someone, do you exactly know what you mean? Or you are just being silly and stupid? That's the question. Why do you come to a situation where you become so vulnerable and surrender yourself to another human being? You completely even forget and you just start sleeping at home. How do you sleep at home every day and just spend money? Are you the little puppy in the house? Find something to do as a human being. This is why, can you see the comparison? There is another girl child that got married and she thinks I have achieved it. Marriage is not an achievement. You think you have achieved, you are traveling, using your husband's money, you are going everywhere. Your husband is dumping you for another learned lady. An educated politician in the world is what your husband has now taken. A woman that wakes up every day and say, sweetie, I'm going to do work. I'm going to work. She comes back. They are talking about the economics of the country. You are busy talking about your children's uniforms. Girl child, it's up to you to decide what you want for yourself. Strive for the best. You are the author of your life. You can determine what you want to get. Blessed are ladies that have men in their lives, husbands that can build their careers. If you have a supporting man, if you have a man that's career driven, take advantage of that situation. Build yourself as a girl child. At any stage in your life, you can learn and become someone. Don't give up on yourselves. Drugs are not the solution to solve your problems. Problems will continue coming. Divorce is not the end of life as well. I want just to encourage Anne to say, divorce comes. You made your mistakes along the way. It's up to you to dust yourself. You definitely need to be strong now. You definitely need to be strong. Because when reality knocks at the door, that's when the girl child wants to say, I am strong. I managed to overcome my divorce. Why didn't you manage to build yourself when you had the men on the side? Is my question. We want phenomenal women that can get in marriages and come out with being empires, being cooperatives. When you get in the marriage, don't relax. Utilize what is in the marriage. Build your businesses as the girl child. Don't get in a marriage to say, oh, when I got divorced, then that's when I found that I was strong. I was left with 3 children. When you had millions and sleeping in that house, why were you not building businesses? Is our question to the girl child. We want the girl child that are clever. We want the girl child that are career driven. We want the girl child that are unstoppable. Even in those marriages, a marriage should just be the icing on the cake. The real deal should be you as an individual. What are you bringing on the table as the wife? Besides the children, every woman can have children. I always say to people, 99.9% of women can have children. So there's nothing special about you having children. There is nothing, completely nothing about a girl child coming to the table and saying, I gave him his children. I have children. I have these children. So what? Who doesn't have children? Every woman in this world has got a child. So what are you talking about? Common denominator is children. What are you bringing on the table as the girl child? Are questions that you're supposed to be asking yourself. Who am I? What makes me? What do I want to achieve in this world? What is my purpose? What am I going to change? Why did God bring me this far? You were not just brought in to wear your makeup and go shopping. You were not just brought in like that. I remember Pasha and Jabba at one point saying, there are ladies that you give 20,000 US dollars. They'll go and buy Brazil when they don't have anything at their house. There's another girl amongst all the slay queens that you give the same 20,000 and they'll go and start a business. Which one of those slay queens are you? Don't be the naive, stupid, useless slay queen or trophy wife or trophy wife. Don't be the trophy wife, the brainless trophy wife. Utilize. When you marry in money, make sure you're getting in that money and multiplying it. Not to go and reduce the amount of money that you are marrying into. I have spoken my piece. I wish Anne the best. We have learnt the lessons. All that glitters is not God. Guys, all that glitters is not God. But when you come out of that situation, you should know that you have a plan B. When you marry your husband's girl child, from day one, you should understand my number one worst enemy is the man that I'm staying with and sleeping with in the bedroom. on the same bed. If you are a girl child, you should understand that the man you are sleeping with every day, he is busy planning against you. I'm not lying to you. He is busy planning against you, not with his relatives. He is busy planning against you. The person that you are saying, I love my husband, I love my wife, we have children, he is busy planning against you. And they will do that. They plan. This is why you see they will go and have children. They will go and do girlfriends. They will even go and talk about you to their girlfriends. Are they speaking in good faith? No. They will always bring your dirty linen when they are going out to speak with other people. That's how terrible. The sweet husband that you are giving up, you're completely giving up your life to. He's busy saying to the other ladies, oh, that one you don't know. She's a demon. You are busy saying he's my sweetest husband. It's unfortunately life happens. Divorces come. They're not the first couple to divorce. And they're not going to be the last one to divorce. But as a girl child, learn from other people's experiences. I love you and bye-bye, guy.